Hi, dear students. Good afternoon. Today we will learn about vectors for cloning genes in plants and animals. So far as RNA is concerned, it has to be introduced into the plants and animals to get the desired products. For that purpose, bacteria and viruses are useful to transfer the gene. So, very important, Escherichia coli bacteria and some virus too. For example, Agrobacterium tunicaceans is a tumor including plasmid. So far as the tumor is concerned, it is due to this Agrobacterium tunicaceans. So it is called TI. It is a pathogenic. Actually, it is pathogenic. It is responsible for the formation of the tumor. It is a diploid plant that is in Klebsiella. Now, recently, it is transformed into the cloning vector, and it isn't pathogenic, so it is very beneficial for us to have the cloning of vectors into the plants. Likewise, retrovirus can transfer the cell, normal cell, into the cancerous cell. But after transformation, this retrovirus can be used to deliver the genes into the animals. So these are the things which can be done into the modern genetic engineering. Now let us discuss the competent host. The host, that is the living things in which we have to introduce the gene. Competent host, that is almost amicable for having the gene transfer. For the transformation with DNA polynucleotide having peptide. See, DNA is a polynucleotide strands. They have got the peptide bonds, and these bonds, if we cut, then each piece of the DNA is hydrophilic. So, it is known to us that the cell membrane is made of lipoprotein, that is lipid protein. So, it will not allow the hydrophilic particles to go inside. It will only allow the lipid particles to go inside. So, bacterial cells are to be made to take up for that purpose. That is, the DNA plasmid is to be made ready to accept the rDNA. The treatment for that purpose, the treatment of the calcium 2, that is bivalent molecules, is given there, so that it will take the hydrophilic DNA particles into the cell. Now, for that purpose, some of the methods are used. One of them is, first of all, the DNA piece is to be chilled on the ice up to the 0 degrees Celsius, then briefly heated up to the 42 degrees Celsius. That is the first of all contraction, and then afterwards expansion, and again chilled. That is again contraction. So contraction and expansion, by this method we can allow this DNA strands to have the cloning. Now, cell membrane becomes more porous, and so the competent host is made this way. The second method is microinjection method. This is the method in which we can inject certain chemicals into the cell nucleus, so that the cell nucleus will itself allow the foreign particle to have the entry. So the third one is bombardment method. This is the method in which bombardment is done. Suppose there is a particle is with tungsten and gold coated, then with having a great velocity, these particles can be bombarded onto the cells and cell will receive it. The fourth one is disarmed pathogen vectors, which when allow to inject the cell. In order to make the plasma membrane more receptive, the electric current is given of the certain magnitude. So it will produce the vibration, and due to this vibration, micro vibration, the cell membrane will get the allow the foreign particles to go inside the cell. The fifth one is rDNA coated with lipid. You know that if the lipid particles are present, will easily be accepted by the cell membrane, but it should have the lipidy structure. So for that purpose, this rDNA is coated with lipid. So now it is lipid is not hydrophilic. So the cell membrane itself will give the entry of such particle. Now let us see the process of rDNA. The rDNA, that is recombinant DNA, is to be made by which way? So there are certain steps which are to be studied. The first of all, the isolation of DNA. That is, the DNA segment is made or fragment is made to have it to produce. So for that purpose, isolation of certain DNA strand is to be made. Then the fragmentation. This fragmentation is done by the restriction enzyme like nuclease. So nuclease will cut the DNA on a certain point so that it will be made to accept by the host. Isolation of the desired DNA fragments. Now, see, there are so many fragments. Some of them are small, some of them are big, but according to size, the fragments are to be desired and they are to be selected, and then after it can be have the ligation into the vector. Now see, this piece of the DNA is to be guided by the vector, and the vector should have ligation. If it does not ligate, then the DNA piece will be there having a side. So ligation can be done with the ligase enzyme. Now the fifth one is the transfer of the rDNA into the host. Now the DNA is made ready having vector. So it will be introduced into the host on a certain place from where the undesired DNA is cut. Now the sixth one is culturing the host cell. After having exception of the rDNA, the cell will be have this completion. Then after it should be cultured. Otherwise, if it is stopped to having cultured, then the more growth cannot be obtained. So it should have culturing on the large scale. That is, more than one cells are to be produced from the host. And the seventh one is the extraction of the desired products. Now the last one is, that is, the product which is wished, which is desired by us, can be obtained. So these are the certain steps of the processes of rDNA.